We are the foundation, bulletproof the hating from the plantation. We built the whole nation. We are the foundation, bulletproof the hating from the plantation. We built the whole nation. We are the foundation, bulletproof the hating from the plantation. We built the whole nation. We are the foundation, bulletproof the hating from the plantation. We built the whole nation.
FBA World Order. Fair use.
Something I get asked all the time living in Maryland is, oh, are you from Ethiopia? Are you from Eritrea? And I'm always like, I don't know, maybe we were stolen, as a joke. But it's really not a joke, especially now because Eritrea is on the travel ban list by that man. This is a country on the eastern side of Africa. Google what those people look like. They're black. And yeah, I look like I could be from there, okay? And so when people are like, oh, I'm not affected because I'm not an immigrant, I want to remind you, it's not really about immigration status, right? We see them snatching up people who have valid immigration status, people who are U.S. citizens. It's about whiteness and not being white. That's what that is code for. And so 2 boys ages 16 and 17, children, minors, were just snatched up in the Echo Park neighborhood of Los Angeles, okay? U.S. citizens. They were snatched up off the street by ICE agents in plain clothes because they were brown, because they were not white. And they were held in a basement with no notification to their families or parents or anything, given no food, no water, no way to call anybody, an attorney, nothing. They were held in a basement with a bunch of other men, and when they were finally released, when their families found them, one of the boys had a head injury, a fever. They're being treated in a hospital right now. And I think about that. I think about stories like that this is all about snatching up people who are not white. And so you're not affected until you are.
Okay, let me recalibrate this chick. First off, she said Eritrea is on the president's travel ban list. So, what you telling us for? We don't care about that. Eritrea is East Africa, the same region Ilhar Omar comes from. Coming over here, getting in a position of power, undermining black Americans. What have Eritreans ever done for black Americans? I'll wait. Crickets! So don't tell us about a travel ban, about a country whose people have done nothing for black Americans except come over here and undermine us or use us for our tangibles. We don't care. Google what they look like. We don't care what they look like. We are no longer going by looks. We have woken up and saw the light, lady. We no longer go by looks or so-called the fake concept of race. The concept of race is being suspended indefinitely. We now only care about lineage, and lineage has nothing to do with looks. And stop lying about ICE snatching up people who don't look white. The ICE agents, so-called snatching up people, has nothing to do with not being white, because they're deporting illegal Irish immigrants, aliens. And last time I checked, the Irish are some of the whitest people on earth. So miss us with those semantics, because it ain't gonna work. I'm tired of these love everybody ass black American sellouts who want to cater for everybody. And according to the same screenshots that you shared, they were wearing work boots and pants with paint on them. I'ma keep it real. When I was 16 and 17, I looked like a grown-ass man. I had a mustache and goatee and all of that. These ICE agents obviously thought they were grown men or illegal migrants who were working under the table. That's why they got snatched up. ICE agents are not snatching up people because they're just brown or Latino. They're snatching up Haitians. Haitians ain't brown. They're so-called black, according to y'all. Well, according to these Pan-Africanists. They're snatching up Nigerians. They're not brown. They're supposedly black, according to Pan-Africans. They're snatching up illegal white immigrants from Europe, and we know they're not brown. idiots. They're snatching up Arabs from the Middle East. Well, they could be considered brown, but they're not Latino. So I guess that Latino excuse is going out the window, huh? They're snatching up Chinese illegal aliens. They're not brown. According to your racial classification, they're yellow. Just like these Africans' teeth, right? So miss me with that brown-ish. We don't want to hear that sob story about how they were held in a basement for hours and then released to their families. We've been through and still are going through way worse than that, and no other group is caping for us. So why did she come to Black Americans telling us about this instead of going to the Latino community and telling them about that so they can handle their own damn situation? There's still black people being lynched in the South in 2025. I don't see none of these other groups saying nothing about that. About that. What about those black twins who were lynched in the mountains of Georgia, my father's home state, earlier this year? I ain't hear peep from none of these other groups. We have our own problems to deal with. We do not care what happens to these other groups. Stop trying to put these other groups' problems on us. It's not our responsibility to look out for them. With all that mouth and disrespect they have in America, looking down on black Americans, you would think that they would be able to handle their own damn problems, right? We don't care about them snatching up people who are quote-unquote not white. That has nothing to do with foundational black Americans. They're not snatching up foundational black Americans because they know we can't be deported. We are really from America. I don't understand why that shocks everybody. People get deported based on their country of origin. Black Americans' country of origin is the United States of America. Let me say it again for all the slow people in the back. The foundational black Americans' country of origin is the United States of America. And there is no paperwork or documentation on earth that says or proves otherwise. Stay mad about it. There is no documentation that says any one of my ancestors was born anywhere else except on the continent of North America. Why are people acting shocked that black Americans are really from America? Y'all try to Africanize us, but there is no documentation that says we are African. They know, I'm talking about ICE and the government, they know not to come around black Americans with that BS. They already know. So we have nothing to worry about at all. Oh, it's gonna affect y'all too? Oh no it ain't. Oh no it ain't. And they know. They know not to come at us with. We wish some ICE agents will pull up on us talking about we're illegal. All we gotta do is give them that look like, nigga, I wish you would. And I guarantee you, their ass will walk off. With no confrontation, no issues, because they know. They know not to come at us with that. It'd be some goddamn furniture moving out this piece. Sofas and lamps just flying everywhere. Furniture just moving, nigga. They know. So black Americans will never be affected by the ousting of these illegal aliens at all. So stop trying to Africanize us and stop putting other groups' problems upon our shoulders.
Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn.
We are the foundation.
We are the Chino Resort.
Don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment. Channel Raw TV Bay Bay.